First of all, welcome back and congratulations. You did something amazing yesterday and you need to pat yourself on the shoulder. A lot of people are continuously dreaming about automating their business, but they never really get into it. So you see, they're so bogged down within the day to day operations of their business that they never have time to work on it and improve it so that they can actually feed themselves. Of course, every business is getting traffic, leads, clients, has issues, has invoices, all that stuff to deal with. But just taking a few moments to actually improve your business goes a long way in terms of giving you the freedom you need to operate it with a growth mindset, right? With that, the two things that we're going to do today, and they're very simple, is that we're going to get your AI agent to actually check your availability and book appointments into your calendar. In other words, it's going to become a more independent employee and rely less on you. The way we're going to do that is in 3 or 4 simple steps. First, we're going to set up Calendly. Calendly is a booking layer on top of Google and Microsoft Calendar. It works with both. Now, whatever changes Calendly makes to your Google or Microsoft Calendar, they will sync to your CRM seamlessly, and you'll see that happen in real time, right? The other thing is that we need to add the with tool system prompt inside of 11 Labs and update the AI model to be one that is capable of using tools. So smarter, more intelligent model. And the same thing we need to do with web chat. We need to go into the second brainwash dashboard, update the AI agent behavior to use the with tools one, and then also update the model over there. With that, everything that you did yesterday should work out of the box, right? Now, to give you this demo, I am inside a brand new Google account. And what I'm going to do is after logging into Google, which is step one, your Google account, you want to head over to calendly.com. Once you have landed on calendly.com, click on sign up with Google. Now, the steps here, they're very critical because Calendly is going to connect your Google account and in turn your Google Calendar. You want to make sure that all those settings and that setup is done properly and once without any mistakes or anything missed out. If this connection is successful, I assure you everything else from here on is so much more smooth and easy, right? As you are in the process of signing up, you will see this. Select what Calendly can access. This is giving Calendly access to your entire calendar, from being able to read it, to make changes to it, to being able to delete something off your calendar, like an event, or cancel something, and so on and so forth. This means all the permissions of your calendar are going to Calendly. While inherently this gives Calendly a lot of privilege over your Google Calendar, it is safe for the most part, but just something that should be in your awareness as to what you are doing, right? If you want more details, of course, you can see Calendly's privacy policy and terms of service, or paste that into Claude and ChatGPT and see how they use your data, right? Having said that, I'm just going to take this, press continue. Now from here, this is just Calendly asking you a few basic questions for their own information. You can select any option. For now, I'm just going to select on my own, and I'm just going to say for scheduling meetings and press next. Next, what it's going to ask a little bit about what you do. I'm just going to select consulting for now. And now is an important step. Here, oftentimes people miss the connection to their calendar or miss checking it. So you want to make sure that it's properly connected, right? Now, here it says Google, and it should be exactly the email that you've connected and checking one sub calendars. If you read this carefully, it says calendars to check for conflicts. This means that if you put something on Google Calendar yourself, like a task or a busy block because you don't want to be disturbed or be engaged in a meeting during that time, then Calendly will make sure not to override that and respect that when someone is booking an appointment. If you're busy between 2 and 3 p.m. for your own reasons and you don't want to take a meeting, Calendly will make sure not to book 2 to 3 p.m., right? And you just want to also make sure to check over here that your email is ticked. And then after that, you just want to press next, right? Now, as long as all of this checks out, connected, checking one of one sub calendars with exactly your email, and then over here, calendar to add meetings to this one, press next. And from here, now it's time to set your availability. First, please select the time zone of where you are currently. If you are traveling the world very frequently and you have that kind of situation, make sure to add multiple availabilities for different time zones if that's your case, right? If that's not, ignore what I said. Just select the time zone where you are. Right now I'm in Pakistan, so I'm going to select that. Then your availability. Now, availability is very straightforward, but I still want to explain it a bit in detail. Say that you are a service based business like a dentist or law firm, and your business works as a function of appointments. If someone has booked an appointment with you, you have work. If someone hasn't booked an appointment with you, you don't have work. On the contrary, you might be the kind of person who takes appointments only at select times because their business doesn't run off appointments. That's my case, for example, right? Now, I have hours or times of deep work where I actually want to do client work. And then I have times where I'm bringing in new clients. So I need to have those appointments and meetings booked, right? So the reason I say that is you can set custom availability per day in the sense that you could have a block here which says you take meetings only from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Mondays. And then additionally, you only take meetings again between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. on Mondays, right? Now, the good thing is this kind of complexity can easily be handled should that be your case, right? Now that that is very clear, I'm just gonna go and take this back to the simple version, which is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day. And once done, you can press next once you've sorted out your availability. Now, in terms of how appointments work, decide whether you have in-person appointments or virtual appointments. If you have virtual appointments, you're naturally going to select either Zoom or Google Meet or Microsoft Teams, one of these three, depending on how you take your meeting. But if you take physical appointments, then you will select this in-person one, right? And the in-person one is where you can enter your address, your physical business address, which is very important because when an appointment is scheduled, the person or the lead or the client booking that appointment will be sent your address. And that's good because they will have it in writing that the appointment is at this time and at this particular location. So that's good for you as well, right? Now, here, of course, you can just type in your address and move forward with that. For now, I'm going to say Google Meet and move forward with this. At this point, Calendly is pretty much set up. Now, once you've landed here, you have two more steps to take. Here, what I'm going to do is just update this event type and I'm just going to rename it. I'm just going to call it AI Strategy Consult for Sales and Conversions. And I'm going to set the duration to 60 minutes. And then I'm going to set the location to Google Meet, which is already there. And availability, I'm just going to select the default availability, which I configured earlier. I'm just going to leave that and press Save Changes. And that's done. And the next thing you need to do is simply go here into automations. And from here, you want to search webhook. Once you're inside of APIs and webhooks, very important step, you're about to issue your personal access token. This allows the second brain OS to work with Calendly. Now, when you're issuing this token, it's important to set the right permissions, and this is a very common mistake that people make. So the right permissions are scheduling, user management, contacts, and webhooks. These are the four that you need. And once you do that, press next. You'll get a verification code on your email from Calendly. Oh, you can give it a name here. I call it second brain OS, for example. Press next. And over here, after that, you will get a code from Calendly. You just do that, paste it here, and your token will be available. You just copy it and move forward from here. Once you've copied over your token, what you want to do is go into your second BrainOS dashboard. And here, you have to connect Calendly to your second BrainOS account. Very simple. Go into Calendly token, paste the token, and press save. As soon as you do that, your second BrainOS account is connected to your Calendly, and your AI agent or AI receptionist can now make use of the Calendly tools that you have purchased. Now, important thing here, up until yesterday, there was either no tool use or maybe use of one tool in your AI agent yesterday. Um, and so because we're introducing tool use, the system prompt needs to be updated accordingly so that the AI knows that it has these tools and when to use them, right? Now, you can use Claude or ChatGPT to generate a section that you can add to your system prompt. And you can use this prompt over here, which is given in the blog here. And you can just copy it and paste it to Claude and ChatGPT, answer questions about what kind of tools you'll be using. For example, whether you'll be using just availability and booking appointments, or also reschedule, search, and cancel if you have purchased that upgrade. And then it can generate the section to add to your system prompt. Alternatively, if you watch the other bonus, the much smarter and better way is actually to spin up Claude. And once you spin up Claude, what you want to do is, as always, just make sure that the second BrainOS MCP is connected. And we can see, yes, it's connected. And after that, you want to do start. And you can just get that customer agent and you can just type in customer and you can say, I need help updating the system prompt with tool use, ask me what you need, and let's get it done. From here, what Claude is going to do is become the customer support training agent, just like you saw in that bonus. And it will then ask you questions, it will gather your answers, figure out what that tool use section needs to be based on your preferences, and then make the update to the second Brain OS AI agent for you. That means your AI agent on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on your website, and on Telegram, if you've whatever channels you've configured, will be updated with the latest system prompt with tool use. And once that's done, all you have to do is continue watching the video and add the necessary tools to your second Brain OS AI agent. So one is updating the system prompt, but then two is enabling those tools and attaching them to the agent, and just do that. And you don't have to touch WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, website as soon as you make the update on the second Brain OS dashboard. Now that Calendly is connected to your second Brain OS account, I want to tell you all about what you can do. And it depends on what you've purchased, right? Now I am here in the developers tab and I'm just going to search Calendly and surface all the Calendly tools that come from all the purchases. In the first upsell, you get these two, which are get Calendly availability, and the other one is create Calendly contact meeting. Get Calendly availability can check your Google or Microsoft Calendar, depending upon what you've connected, and see when you're available based on the availability that you set inside of Calendly. So remember that thing we did from Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday, and Saturday, Sunday we were unavailable, but from Monday to Friday we were available at 9 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That is the exact availability it's going to check. If during that time you are busy or engaged with something else, a prior meeting that's been booked, a block that you have blocked out yourself for your task or your mental peace or deep work, whatever, all of that will be respected because the availability will truly only be when you are actually free and available to take an appointment, right? And of course, you are free to adjust that in Calendly as you like. Create Calendly contact meeting does two things. It creates a contact inside of Calendly, but also an appointment or an event inside of Calendly for that person who wants to book, right? And so those are the two tools you get in the first upsell if you've purchased that. On top of that, if you purchase the upsell on top, you get three more tools, which are search Calendly meetings, cancel Calendly meetings, and update Calendly meetings, right? Search allows the AI to see and find out what meetings a particular lead or prospect has booked with you. If your business is such that one person can have multiple appointments booked with you, and there's a chance that might want to reschedule one but not reschedule the other, then you will need that search Calendly meeting, right? Alternatively, if you don't, then just update Calendly meeting, which is for rescheduling, and cancel Calendly meeting, which is for canceling, should be sufficient. Again, just to repeat myself, first upsell, you get two tools, get Calendly availability and create Calendly contact meeting. Second upsell, you get three tools, search, update, and cancel Calendly meetings, right? Once you're back in your profile, and I suppose this place should be familiar by now, you want to go down here into actions and select the Calendly tools that you want to add. For now, I'm just going to add get Calendly availability and create Calendly contact meeting and then press save. And then I want to head down to the AI agent diagram and show you what your AI agent looks like as a visual flow diagram and explain what it will be capable of doing. We've already touched on the tools, but I want to now show it to you in the context of the AI agent, right? Now, in an earlier tutorial, I covered post to my data webhook, which allows your AI agent across WhatsApp, Instagram, web, voice, whatever, to be able to post data to a Google Sheet. We're not going to touch on that now. We're going to focus on this, get Calendly availability and create Calendly contact meeting. This means the AI agent will get a message on web, voice, Instagram, WhatsApp, whichever of these four. It will be able to respond to those messages, but in or during those responses, it will also be able to get your availability from your Google or Microsoft Calendar and be able to book appointments for leads on behalf of you in your Google or Microsoft Calendar. What that means is in real time, it will be able to check when you're available versus when you're not available and only book into the slots between you and the lead at the time you're actually available and let you know in your time zone that I booked at this time in your time zone and let the lead know in their time zone that it's booked at this time in their time zone, all in a natural conversation, right? At the same time, it will also be able to put data into Google Sheets, which we covered earlier, So these are three tools now attached to the AI agent, right? That orange is for actions that you've associated. Green is for anything to do with knowledge memory. And if you add skills to your agent later on, they will also appear over here in green, right? For now, there are no skills needed because we're keeping things intermediate, not too simple, not too advanced. So we just have our original system prompt and these tools, right? Now, the next thing to do is add more tools and see what happens to the diagram. Suppose that you have a business where leads can book multiple different types of appointments with you, and someone can book different services like a haircut with you, a manicure pedicure with you, a facial with you, whatever. So there is a possibility in that kind of business that one person could have multiple appointments booked with you. And then that also means logically that they might want to reschedule one but not reschedule the other, or cancel one and not cancel the other, right? In that case, you would add search. I've written a full short guide within this blog on how to make that decision, which walks you through examples business by business on how and when to make that decision. So you can read that for more details. It's not necessary that you add search appointments or search booked appointments, right? You can just have the reschedule and cancel, and that should be enough, but just putting it out there for you. And of course, I'm also going to add update calendar meeting, which will allow rescheduling, and then also add cancel calendar meeting, which will allow it to cancel meetings, right? And I'm just going to press save, give it a moment. When it's finally able to do that, the AI agent diagram down there will also be updated. Yep, and that's done. And you'll see now that there are a handful of tools attached to this AI agent. It can get availability, it can book appointments, it can search appointments that are already booked, it can reschedule them, it can cancel them, and it can also put data into Google Sheets. That's a lot that this AI agent can do. And it can do that over web, over voice, over Instagram, over WhatsApp, and it has conversation history or memory of the conversation. And now we are ready to test it out. So I'm going to press test, come down here, and I'm just going to ask it, hi, can you pretend to be a law firm? Now, just for transparency, I have connected it to the demo at any CRM AI agent's Calendly account, which allows it to pretend to be a variety of different firms and use cases. And I use that for my demos all the time, just putting it out there. Anyway, so I'm going to say, I need help with a business acquisition contract. And it says Adrian Whitfield can help with a business contract and has meeting 45 minutes to $50. What day works best for you? And I'm going to say, how about Thursday? Actually, how about this Thursday? And what time zone? I'm just going to say, check. I'm in Pakistan. And I'll say uh, anything around 4 p.m., I guess. I'll say something like that. Anything around 3:30 p.m. because I want to also test the rescheduling. So I'm going to do 3:30 and then reschedule that to 4 ultimately. Yes, 3:30 p.m. Pakistan time is available. Please share email with me. I'm going to share my email newsletter at, actually, let's do the other one, ajwan.toh@secondbrainos.com. Yes, that's correct. Correct. And my number is +92 32157 665 123. It's a random dummy number. And it's booked one. And so let's see if I have gotten an email. Ajanto, a brand new email address that I've made for testing. And you'll see that an email has been sent from Omer Kamil NECRM demo to Ajanto. It's for 45 minutes. It's at 3:30 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. Let me also book another consult. Book another consult for Friday at 1:30 p.m. And this time, because it has all my details, it's just going to book that meeting. And so it's booked that also. So I should just check this email and see if I've got another booking. And yes, I have another one. It says invitation Friday, August 1:30 to 15 p.m. Right now, what I'm going to do is refresh, empty out the conversation, say, hi there. I wanted to check if any meetings have been booked under my name. And now it's going to ask for my email. And so I'm just going to say ajwan.doh@secondbrainos.com. And if all works well, it should be able to pull up those two meetings. And it says, I found two upcoming meetings, one at 10:30 UTC and one at 8:30 UTC, right? And that's UTC time. I'm going to ask it, what's that in Pakistan time? In Pakistan time, that's 3:30 p.m. and 1:30 p.m., right? And so now I'm gonna say, can you reschedule the one at 3:30 p.m. to coming Monday at 4 p.m. instead? And that's a complex ask, but because of how all the things are worked out pretty well and done for you, it can do it smoothly. So if that I go into Ajan's email, and I should see two things. I should see that the existing one at 3:30 p.m. on Thursday should be canceled, right? And a new meeting should be created on Monday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's done, right? Now I'm going to say, great. Can you also cancel the 1:30 p.m. one? I simply can't make it. And it should be able to cancel the meeting as well. And it's canceled that. And let's just see if we get another email at Ajan's email. Let me just refresh. And yep, we can see that that meeting has now been canceled. The one that was originally earlier at Friday 1:30 p.m. has simply just been canceled. So this was the AI agent. Just added the five tools. They work out of the box. You did the hard work already. So this time around, it was rather simple. You just had to set up Calendly, connect it to the Second Brain OS, and enable the Calendly tools inside of the Second Brain OS. That was pretty much it. You can conduct from here if you're already connected to WhatsApp, Instagram, web. You can just go and test right there, and this will happen, right? If you want to wipe out the conversations, just as a reminder, across web, Instagram, and WhatsApp, you can just go here and press delete, and it will wipe out all conversations it's had with any leads, any customers, any prospects. If you don't, it's perfectly fine. It will have awareness of the new tools added to it, right? Either way works. The point is those tools have now been added to your AI agent and they work out of the box. It all pushes to your WhatsApp, your Instagram, your Telegram, your website in real time. Now, I almost forgot, but let me also show you the Google Calendars for both the prospect or the lead, which was Ajanto, and the host, which was Umair Kamil NECRM. Now, Ajan booked in Pakistan time at 3:30 p.m. on Thursday and then at 1:30 p.m. on Friday. That in Eastern time is reflected in Umair NECRM's calendar. 6:30 a.m. on a Thursday, which is 3:30 p.m. Pakistan time, and then what's it called? 4:30 a.m in Eastern time, which is 1:30 p.m. Pakistan time, right? And similarly, what happened was that the 3:30 p.m. Pakistan time one was rescheduled to 1 to 4 p.m. Pakistan time, and that was also rescheduled here to 7 a.m. Eastern time. So all of that was being done, all the calculations were being made automatically without any effort from either party. And so that's the good thing about the second brain OS and Calendly, that they sync together to make sure that the time zone calculations are always accurate for businesses such as myself, which are completely digital or information businesses. So then there's no, how should I say, there's no difficulty in terms of time zone complexity. As long as you've set your availability correctly, then there's no issue at all. Both parties will book in a time that is actually appropriate for both of them. Now, let me also show you what the AI agent's activity in terms of logs looks like when it sent you a message versus when it used a tool. So I think I started the conversation around 10:50 p.m. And yes, this was 10:51 p.m. when I started the conversation. So first, a few messages were exchanged, and the AI agent checked the availability, and it was successful in checking the availability. And after checking the availability, ultimately it attempted to book an appointment. The first time it tried to book an appointment, it made a mistake. It sent the wrong date time format, and my server corrected it to tell it that the date time you sent is wrong, so try again. It tried again and it was able to successfully book an appointment, right? Then after that, I checked again and to see if it could book another appointment. And I asked it, can you check the availability again for another day, which was Friday? And then it successfully booked an appointment in the first go for that, right? And then after that, I cleared up the conversation and started brand new, just gave it my email, had two messages, two exchanges with it. And then it searched using that email if there were any appointments. It got to know that there were two appointments, one for Thursday and one for Friday. After that, it tried to update the one on Thursday to Monday, which I asked it to. It failed because it sent the wrong date time format. My servers gave such a response that it forced to correct the AI. The AI model corrected itself. It rescheduled the appointment, and that was good. And then finally, I asked it to cancel one, and it also did that. And so all of those can be seen in terms of credit usage, both the messages, the slash completion represents a message, and the specific tool represents the specific tool being used. And so this is a bit about logging and seeing what happens behind the scenes of your AI agent. Of course, as always, when you're on your profile and you're testing, you can actually see during the test results the cost of the AI agent do, as the conversation progresses over here. The total cost, which means the cost of the AI tokens or the AI model being used, as well as the second brainware tool calls. That is given to you transparently over here so that you can see at what cost are your conversion goals being met. And so that all gives you everything in one box or in one place. Now, the next step is you want to head back into 11 labs and into 11 agents. If you don't remember, you will click here and you will be in 11 agents. Here, you just have to make a few small settings. Add your API key, which authorizes 11 labs to connect to Second BrainOS on your behalf. And then also load your tools, the newly purchased tools that you now have access to from the Second BrainOS. And after this, out of the box, without really much configuration, your get availability to check your availability live and create appointments or bookings tool. Both of these will be available. So the AI agent or voice will easily be able to check your availability and book into the right slot for you. And you can start by clicking here and going into settings and scrolling down here and into workspace secrets. And from here, what you're going to do is click on add secret. You can call this secret second brain OS. And then from here, go back into your second BrainOS profile, scroll down, and here you will have this deploy to 11 labs section. From here, you can copy your API key, and over here, you can just paste the API key. Now, one important thing, make sure to go behind the API key and also add bearer, and then you can press save. You'll see the secret created successfully. After that's saved, you want to go over here into developers. It's easy to miss, just click here. And from developers, you want to go into environment variables. And in environment variables, you want to click on add a variable and call this second brain OS API key and choose the type secret. And here you just want to select second brain OS under this enable second brain OS API key as the reference, press save, and you'll see that it appears over here, right? Next thing to do is go into integrations, click on add integration, custom MCP server, And you can call this Second Brain OS MCP. Description: tools from the Second Brain OS, or tools and skills from the Second Brain OS. And over here, click on Streamable HTTP. Very important, the Second Brain OS MCP only supports this kind, Streamable HTTP, not the other kind. And over here, go into your profile and you'll see the 11 Labs MCP URL. And over here, you paste that URL, leave authentication as none, and you'll get this minor warning. Let me address that warning. It says the URL might contain a secret token. It does not. It just contains your user ID for the second brainers to identify which user is contacting us, right? Inside of HTTP headers, we will add the actual authentication. So you can leave this authentication to none. Here, select environment variable. And from here, select the second brain OS API key that you just configured. And very important, you want to name this to authorization. What that means is that this second brain OS API key is the authorization to connect 11 Labs to the second brain OS. It allows 11 Labs to get the tools from second brain OS and also use those tools from the second brain OS. Then what you want to do is go down and in tool approval mode, set it to no approval. Tool settings, pre-tool speech, set it to force. Interruptions, do not allow, disable during execution. And after that, execution mode, immediate, and tool call sound, none. I trust this MCP server, test connection, right? Now, if it works successfully, if you've done all these configurations, you'll get a green over here and press add server, right? Once you're done with that, head back into the AI agent that you configured originally and earlier. I think it was this one that I demoed. And from here, go into agent. Yes, it was this one. You should have your system prompt from earlier, the voice from earlier, the language, the large language model, and your first message. On the safe side, what you can do is also get the most up-to-date system prompt that you have configured inside of the second brain OS. Just copy that and just paste that over here, and you should be good to go. One minor adjustment, I just want to include that in my system prompt, which is check important, always check availability and book an available slot in the user's time zone. You should not report an available slot in a time zone different from the one you intend to book for. Now, the next step is go into tools, go into MCP, and link up the second Brain OS MCP to this specific agent. Click on Add Server and click on Second Brain OS MCP over here. Just check once more time that it's connected. You have a green dot. You can always press Test Connection, see if those exact same settings match. See that this is the exact same, what's it called? User ID. You can just copy that user ID and just verify by going to the second Brain OS over here and seeing that this is the exact same user ID. And at this point, you should pretty much be good to go and test. So click back into agent, click in preview, and let's give it a call.
Hey, Riley from NECRM here. What's up?
Hey, Riley, can you pretend to be a law firm?
Absolutely. I'm Riley at Whitfield Legal. How can I help you today?
So I'm wondering if there's anyone available, say, tomorrow, to help me with a business acquisition contract.
I'll check tomorrow's openings. Yes, Adrian Whitfield handles business acquisitions and contracts. Tomorrow, Thursday the 20th, he has openings at 6, 6:30, or 7 in the evening, Pakistan time. Which works best for you?
So only evening slots are available at the moment?
No, there are also early morning openings at midnight, half past midnight, 1, half past 1, and 2 in the morning. The evening options are 6, half past 6, 7, and later. Which time would you prefer?
So just to be clear, these times are in Pakistan time?
Yes, that's right. Those times are in Pakistan Standard Time, based on the time zone currently associated with your request. Would you like to choose one?
Yeah, so how about this? Can we do 6:30 p.m. Pakistan time?
Great. 6:30 p.m. Pakistan time is available with Adrian Whitfield for a 45-minute legal consultation about your business acquisition contract. To book it, may I have your email address?
Sure, it's AJAAN dot TOH at secondbrainos.com.
Thanks. I heard that as a john.doe at secondbrainos.com. Is that spelled correctly?
Almost, it's Ajan dot TOH, to, like T for, I don't know, triangle.
Got it. A john.toe at secondbrainos.com. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Thanks. What's the best phone number to include with the country code?
Sure. So plus 971 507 950196.
I'm booking that consultation now. I'm sorry, the booking didn't go through because of a scheduling error. I still have your 6:30 p.m. Pakistan time slot selected. Would you like me to try booking it again?
Yeah, sure. What was the error? And if you could please be so kind to try again.
I'll retry that booking now. The earlier error was just a date and time formatting issue on my side. You're all set for Thursday, August 20th at 6:30 p.m. Pakistan time with Adrian Whitfield for a 45-minute legal consultation about your business acquisition contract. A confirmation has been sent to a john.toh at secondbrainos.com.
Close that call first. And let's go back into the calendar here. That has come as 6:30 p.m. and Ajanto and any CRM, and that's in Pakistan time at 6:30 p.m. that it's been booked for.